Hello, everybody. Getting ready to do lesson 11, chapter 11, review and summary, part 2, pre-algebra math today. And on your classwork sheet, it'll be 50 points. And on your notebook sheet, you'll have 38 points worth of taking notes, which is a lot. So get ready for that. Name, date, period, students in my classroom, due date here for onliners, homeschoolers. And let's go right into 11.5, interpreting data. A school has 1,000 students. A survey asked 375 students chosen at random to name their favorite color. 30 says their favorite color is blue. Use this result to predict how many students at the school would say blue is their favorite color. So, okay. So the sample here is 30 out of 375 would be 0.08 or 8% likes blue. So 8% of 1,000 would be 80 students. So taking that sample, that random sample up here, you could go from there to say, well, 80 students like blue, the color blue out of 1,000. Okay, so let's try one here. I got to practice. In a survey of a random sample of 400 students at the school in the example above, 70 students said they prefer to exercise before school. Predict how many students at the school would prefer to exercise before school. And then this is your independent practice down here, students. So take note up here so you can do your independent. So with this condition up here of 70, said they prefer to exercise before school. So the sample here would be 70 out of 400 will be 17.5%, 0.175. So 17.5 of 1,000 would be 175 students. So using this as a sample, you could extrapolate from this that you would have 175 students out of 17.5 of 1,000 be 175 students. Okay, let's move on now to example 11.6, permutation. So from the permutations, find 7p3. So 7p3 is the same thing as 7 factorial over 7 minus 3 factorial. Would be 7 factorial over 4 factorial. This is your permutations formula. And then when you cancel out, you end up with 765 times 1 over 1. So you expand out your factorials and you cancel out here. And then you end up with 210. So 7p3 would be 210. So what would 36p2 be? Okay, so 36p2 would be 36 factorial over 36 minus 2 factorial. And then that would be, you would end up at 36 factorial over 34 factorial. These cancel. 36 times 35 would be 1,260, would be 36p2. Moving on now to 11.7, combinations. So find 12c4. So 12c4 will be the same thing here as 12c4 would be 12p4 over 4 factorial. And you would end up with this here, 12, 11, 10, and 9 over 4, 3, 2, and 1. So use combinations formula. Write 12p4 and 4 factorial as products. So when we do that here, we can do some canceling up here. 3, see, we have 12 would be, this would cancel here, and we end up with 3, and then this would cancel with our 3, and then 10 we cancel with our 5, so we end up with 12, 11, and 9, which would be 495, or you could use your calculator. Either way, that would work. So 12c4 would equal 495. So going into our guided practice here, find 5c2. Down here is 12c5. We're going to do this one now, 5c2. So for 5c2, for this one, 5C2 will be 5P2 over 2 factorial. So our 4 factorial will cancel with our 2 factorial with the 1 down here and 2 up here. So we have 5 times 2 will be 10 over 1. So it would be 10. 5C2 would be 10. And moving on now into our next example will be 11.8, probabilities of disjoint and overlapping events. So you roll a number cube. What is the probability that you roll a multiple of 3 would be event A, or an even number event B? So event A or event B, what would be the probability of that? So probability A would be 2 over 6. Number cube would have 6 possibilities. So event A here would be a multiple of 3. There's 2 multiples of 3 out of 6. And then probability B will be 3 out of 6. An even number, there will be 3 even numbers on a dice. So 3 out of 6. So we have probability A and B would equal 1 over 6. So probability A or B, probability of A plus probability of B minus probability A and B. So this is your probability of overlapping events. And then we have 2 over 6 plus 3 over 6 minus 1 over 6. And that'd be 4 over 6 would be 2 out of 3 would be this probability up here. Let's try one up here now. You roll 2 number cubes. What is the probability that you roll a number less than 3 on at least one number cube? So what is the probability that you will roll a number less than 3? So it'd be 2 out of 6 for probability of A. Probability of B would be 2 out of 6 as well. So probability of A and B would be 4 over 36, 2 over 6 squared, be 4 over 36. So probability A or B, probability of A plus probability of B minus probability A and B. So it would be 2 over 6 plus 2 over 6 minus 4 over 36. And that would come out to 5 over 9 would be that probability there. And I throw this in for you students down here. Hurry up on that. And bottom line is 3 over 6 here. And this is your calculations for that. Let's move on. So let's go into our next example here, which would be 11.9, independent and dependent events. A bag has 5 green, 6 red, and 9 blue marbles. You randomly draw 1 marble, then you randomly draw a second without replacing the first. What is the probability that you draw a red and then a green marble? So probability of red would be 6 out of 20. And then probability green given red would be 5 out of 19. 5 green marbles still in the bag, and then 19 left in the bag. So it would be 5 out of 19 would be the green marble probability. So probability of red and green would equal probability of red times probability of green given red. So when we do that, we have 6 over 20 times 5 over 19 would equal 3 over 38, or 0.079. So that would be your probability for this condition up here to happen. What is probability that you draw a red and then a green? So it'll be about 8%. 8 out of 100. Refer to the bag of marbles described above. What is the probability that you draw a blue marble, then another blue marble without replacing the first marble? So for that to happen, we have to do this. Probability of blue will be 9 out of 20. Probability of blue given blue would be 8 out of 19. So probability of blue and blue would be probability of blue times probability of blue given blue would be 9 out of 20 times 8 times 19. That comes out to 18 over 95. And that would, using your calculator, be 0.189, or about 19% would be that probability of event happening. And I throw this in down here, students, copy fast. And that is your chapter 11 review and summary, part 2, pre-algebra math. animatedpowerpointmathvideo, AOL.com for questions or course materials. Thank you very much.